Good morning, guys. Good morning, and welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN with your fave, me, Azim, and of course, I am here joined by the beautiful co-host and producer Jade Gwen, Idita CPL, Martha Stewart Johnson. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Jade.
Good morning. I'm quite shocked that nobody has seen me and called me Martha Stewart, by the way. Don't do it. I'm just shocked that y'all haven't.
I would be shocked if it doesn't happen today now. Know that you've said that?
You see, the problem is nobody can see me.
Oh. Yeah, then tomorrow then.
Yeah,
But guys, it is Thursday, May 19th, and yes, we are trotting right along.
Indeed.
Drifting along the streams of time.
Yes.
And Jade, just a quick check-in. How you doing?
I'm great.
You sound great. You sound in good spirits.
I woke up all chipper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some you see the icon?
The hat? Well, we know who they support.
Hey, but guys, yeah, good morning to everybody on the live who's already hitting us up. Appreciate you guys so much.
Is that a little remote over there?
The mouse? This one?
The remote. And you feel like Antarctica.
Trust me, Jade, if you have been to Antarctica.
I have not.
Oh boy. In here
And that's not something that's on my bucket list.
In here don't even feel like what? Jade, no, you want to kill us, man. No, man.
Oh, but yes.
Jade, put the thing on 90 degrees.
In the shade.
But seriously, how you doing? What's been happening with you?
Since yesterday?
Yeah.
Nothing. You know me, usual work. Listen, have you been outside in the afternoon? The weather is atrocious.
What's been happening?
It is so hot.
You know what? Also, I've been recognizing in terms of the weather, the Sahara dust that the nurse spoke about yesterday.
That's what was happening this morning.
It turned right up like the.
Yeah, I was looking out my window like, oh God, it's about to rain. I have to get this little toddler out the house. And then I'm like,
No, it's not. It's not rain at all. It's the exact opposite of rain.
Bruh,
Like it's dust.
I feel so sorry for people who have asthma because that looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it is a lot happening right now in the atmosphere. The place just looks hazy, dusty. I am wondering if, like, in 25, 30 years, they're going to recognize what the effects are of us, like, just inhaling this dust every day. Going to be, because we don't know. Like, to be honest, I've been considering wearing my mask still, not because of COVID, but because of the Sahara dust.
Yeah, the dust looking crazy, I'm not going to lie.
And I don't have asthma, I don't have respiratory issues.
You don't want to develop any
I
either?
don't want to develop any either. I mean, I have watched documentaries on the Dust Bowl, like in the American Midwest. Like the amount of like children that was dying because they just was inhaling all this dust. I was like, okay, it might not be on that level, but I feel like this is a lot more dust than I was designed to inhale.
Yeah. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we should wear our masks again because that dust is looking crazy.
Yeah, people remember, but COVID gone, I'll be like, yeah, but
So
Sahara dust.
we have 40 cases.
What?
Oh, yeah, man. Good old 40.
I told y'all already, I have not been following what's happening
Well,
with
don't worry, I got you.
Thank you very much.
As of...
Give me the update.
somebody lied.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I'm lying. Wrong one.
Oh,
So as of yesterday, we have 40 total active cases.
okay.
17 confirmed in the last 24 hours.
What do you think driving the little constant uptick? Because we having
outside?
like
What do you mean?
people outside.
We're outside, that's them. We're outside every weekend.
So basically, there's the weekend, and then 3 days later, well, basically a week later, we see all the results of the partying on the weekend.
Yep. And that is going to continue because we have music festival, elections, Culturama.
You know what? I'm not putting all of this on the events. I am actually going to lay the blame squarely at the electoral office because over there does look like Juve. I don't understand what is happening. Somebody explain to me what's happening.
Over there giving out, and I missing it.
Well, the word on the street is that things over there giving out. I don't know what is going on. I don't want to believe it because
you don't want to believe it.
That thing's just over there,
Well,
like on Central Street giving out.
According to the streets of Labour.
The streets of Labour.
Things over there looking a little funny in the lights.
But that's my problem. Would it just be in the light?
Well, the outside is lit. Well lit.
Oh,
I don't know what's happening in the dark.
When it comes to things giving out, why we are always in the dark?
Because they want to give us as him.
But why not?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
Okay.
We're not deserving. We're not worthy.
I don't know what it is, but I really don't know. I drove across there early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. And I was like, what's happening? Like, what's going on over here?
Well, but
it was the two sides of the streets. I actually thought it was something happening at the Treasury.
No.
Until I recognized,
happening there too.
But
I don't know what's happening. But this morning, when I was coming to work, people was already lining up.
What lining up? Somebody who in the line, can you please? News team, can you please send somebody over by the electoral office to interview people to ask them exactly what they're doing over there?
Y'all here so early in the morning. Well, maybe they're signing up.
I guess they check. I've been hearing people suggesting that they need to go and check the list to ensure the name is there.
Oh, never mind there.
I don't know. So is it? I've also heard accusations of persons' names being removed from the list without cause or reason, and several situations where persons have literally just gone and been like, "Hey, my name's supposed to be here." I'm like, "Oh, my bad."
My bad.
My bad.
Wow.
And the names being reinstated. Some situations of like, because I think they're supposed to have like a hearing or something.
For what?
To remove your name from the voters list.
Over there?
They're supposed to just like remove you.
Oh, man, no.
So I was getting to this, Jackie. How people, like, why these people feel they have to go to the...
Because they don't know that. They don't know that. They can check online as him.
Jade,
I literally 2 seconds ago find out. I did not know this. I'm not even lying. I did not know you could check your line online. I mean, your name online.
Jade, this is 2022. If you could not have done that,
friend.
I know, Jade. I know.
Oh, okay. I just mean where you think.
Well, no, what I'm saying is, if you would not have been able to do that, to me, the protest should not have been. The line should not have been there to check your names at the office. The line should have been there to protest why we can't do this online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like we're such an old-fashioned design country that...
People just like tongue?
Right?
People just like... Not me, no. You hear that? You hear what you're talking about earlier with the weather?
Like, we here this town.
Yeah. I avoid town. I avoid town like we in lockdown.
Oh, so the news team said they went there like on Friday, but the rain poured down.
Oh, so they're heading back? Because the lines, like, these are daily line.
Yeah,
because like people lining up all on Saturday for Monday.
I tell you.
I don't start going on over there.
I tell you. Man. This morning.
So there's people out there with tent, yeah?
I mean, I might as well put a little tent, a little covering. Just people over. I hope they're wearing the sunscreen because people just out there in the sun.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's something we need to talk about. I
walked through town yesterday and the sun was blazing.
That's something we need to talk about, Jade.
The lack of shelter on these places that ask you to line up outside?
Well, that's one. But also, I just thinking, like, as black people, we feel we don't have to wear sunscreen.
They think they're exempt from skin cancer. All right. I got mine, you know. The last thing I do before I leave the house, before putting on my glasses, put on sunscreen.
Let's just make sure you wear moisturizer that have SPF in it.
Yeah, because outside is rough on your skin and skin cancer is a thing.
But you were saying, Jane, you were talking about the lineup.
Yeah. Why, like you see how National Bank realized that, you know, it's kind of harsh to have people standing in the sun?
So they put a little, yeah.
Why more businesses don't do these things? Aren't they, what are they called, awnings?
Yeah, awnings.
Why y'all businesses don't have awnings but y'all expect people to stand outside and wait in the sun?
Because the truth is that for most businesses, the storefront is literally 10 feet. And when you're doing 6 feet apart, expect even in the, because that's why National Bank had it out there, because that people standing outside because of the social distancing.
So people still standing outside?
No, but what I'm saying is, you have put an awning in front of you, the person store next to you. Most of the storefronts literally is just...
All of them need one.
So
make it a group effort.
A group effort. So that's cover the entire street.
Please, because got people who said cooking. Yeah, they got to, and that's why a lot of people are turned off about going town too, because it's like you go into town to do business and you have to stand in the sun. Because, the COVID protocols are still there. You still have to stand outside and wait until you've been called inside. But, sun hot, man. May never realize the sun is blazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a question. One of the things that I've been finding very interesting is, well, maybe not so much here. And I can't tell exactly what the situation here because, as I've said, like as late as this morning, I don't go tongue. Mm-hmm. But when I was traveling, nobody wearing a mask, especially in St. Thomas, because there's no longer a mask mandate, right? Mm. So you don't wear a mask, you're going, they don't have no lines, no nothing, you just kind of go where you want to go. Kind of back to how it was prior to 2020, right? Except in the grocery store. Like anybody else does wonder about that?
I feel like that's something that happens here too. Well, because for some businesses you could actually...
People ain't studying the mask thing no more if you're coming in for most places.
Except for grocery stores.
Grocery stores, yeah. At least, but we don't do the lineup thing anymore.
No, we don't line up. We just go out.
I find it strange that
such a wild time. Oh.
I find it strange that the bank's still doing it.
Lining up?
No, doing the mask thing.
Oh.
Because like prior to 2020, that was the one place you couldn't go in a mask.
And now you can't go inside without
a mask. See how sometimes things just happen to just show you how ridiculous you were prior?
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe I might have been overreacting.
Because nobody has attempted to rob the bank,
I remember it had this one, I don't know where it is. I remember when I used to go in Flow. Speaking of Flow, I can't pay our bill. But I remember...
Don't cut your friend.
No, they actually don't cut you too soon, They'll give you a couple months and then be like, yo.
Couple months?
Yeah. Well, so I went in Flow and the man trying to tell me, yeah, take out my hat, my shades and my mask just so the camera could see my face. I was like, do what? Mm-hmm. So you can't come in if you didn't take off your mask. I said, but you got to say, say, can't come in unless I wear a mask. So which one is it? Say, no, you could come in, you can wear a mask to come in, but then you got to take it off and then put it back on. I said, me sit down the door here, so me taking out my mask. This time, COVID moving like like the plague, eh? I said, well, you can't come in. I said, no problem. When the call what we just get on the phone, when they ask why you may pay my bill, I can say, what your name be? And I say, okay, watch it, just going.
Stop stressing out the people then, please, as him.
No, I mean, it's just not nobody, like, that stresses me out. And because now, nobody telling you to take off the mask to go in here. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they just stop.
Yeah, they just go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
You know what? Well, today's Thursday, so I could say we're pissing me off. What? We up and down talking about fair share. We're talking about who did what to who's stopping what. Yet the most pressing issue in the country, nobody talking about. Why when I order something, I have to pay for it twice? Why when something comes to customs, the customs charge costs more than the charge that I get when I buy the item? Why nobody talking about this?
Yeah, people still talking about it. It's just not the people. Just not the people. Now, see what happened, right? Who feels it knows it,
Oh, they don't feel it?
No, because when they go, they get to clear the things. Once you got certain people name, you ain't got nothing. You know?
Well, I put me on the list there, please, because this is ridiculous, as him. I got a bill yesterday for some sheets, as him, and sheets, and the bill for the sheets cost more than the sheets itself. To clear them.
You got less know the breakdown though. The breakdown is kind of like what it is.
Yeah.
Because not sometime. What does usually happen is.
I got it.
And this isn't in any way like trying to suggest that the taxation on imports isn't ridiculous. I think we can all agree. The biggest thing for me with that is, can you please stop taxing the tax that you impose? Can you please?
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on here.
Freight.
Right, so the freight in the government, but let's go with the freight.
$37.65 US.
Ouch.
Duty, $48.05. $48.05.
That's
US.
that's the duty.
Duty.
What? Dude. Okay.
$48.05 for duty as
Okay.
USD. Everything else was just $3 and $1 and $10, you know?
Let me see this.
I think it's joke.
Let me see it. Well, yeah, I mean, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Yeah.
Listen, I had to close that about 3 times because I thought it was a error.
It literally says invoice for bedding here.
Not a bed, eh? I didn't order a bed. Order some sheets. Some sheets to go on the bed.
And if you ain't put no sheets on the bed, they start to call that kind of things, yeah?
That's how I work less there on a sheet.
You're gonna home training.
But I can't afford the sheet them. Somebody asked if what my sheet them Egyptian cotton. No, babes. No Egyptian cotton here. None at all. Just regular old sheets. And now I got to go pay for them twice.
Bye.
Vibes.
No, you got to go pay for them twice. Jason asking me to explain something. Watch here, let me tell you something, right? You got some things in St. Kitts, I just, like, nobody could explain it. Here, this one is, how is it that it's always the people with money getting complimentary tickets for fetes and events? Brother, you do realize you live in a country that I have VIP for free events, right?
All the time.
VIP for free event, it's free.
All the time.
In the middle of the street, they'll put up a stage, literally in the circus, and then build another stage bigger than the actual stage and call it VIP.
Mm-hmm. Then I rebuke you. In the name of the Lord.
Indeed.
Somebody said I should just buy the sheets them local. Then the sheets them cost $275
They
locally.
don't recognize that. They don't recognize that.
So you don't think I try to buy them local? When I go to these stores and I see the price for sheets, I might as well just let it on a newspaper.
Yeah. That's why they do actually.
I mean, it's cheaper. Cause how I gonna buy a top sheet, a fitted sheet, and 2 pillowcase for $275?
Not even a comforter in there?
Comforter, a comforter is about $7.
Yeah, them things expensive.
Me just can't afford nothing in this country though. I just
Yeah, but I think no. Zeke, this is the problem I have with this thing now. Governments have to protect our local businesses. If they make it easy for you to shop overseas, it's not good for businesses locally. No, that's not how it goes.
Bro, don't tell me that nonsense.
That's not how it goes. Because what happens is, as a consequence, the local businesses steadier and they'll take care of the YouTube, if you use this word. But they take advantage of the consumer. They take advantage. Sometimes you see things, right? And Jade, we walk into stores with our cell phones, right? I don't know if they realize everybody has data now. You can literally just type in the item and show them what it actually costs online. Tell them that you recognize, hey, I know you buy this in bulk, you know. I know you got this at a different rate to even what is shown online. Why is there a 10 times markup?
I saw
10 times
post, right? I don't remember what the item was, but the item online cost $23 US. The item in the store was $400 and some dollars. The item online was $23 US, you know.
Jade, the issue, like,
I'm gonna be mad in this country.
One time I bought an item, right? I bought the item for $184. $184, right?
Who can it be? What kind of terrorist is this?
I don't know. I went into a local business place. They have this. They have not necessarily the same item, you know. they have the lower model of the item. Right? Remember, I spent $184 on the item.
EC or US?
EC. No, sorry, US. US. 184 US dollars, right?
0.7. Okay. 496, yes.
The store had it was in the store. Now remember, a lower model, you know. It's not to say I bought it from a special place, because this thing is distributed by only one distributor, right? I go to the supermarket, no, not the supermarket, the business place. It is being sold for $2,300 and some dollars.
Divided by, wait, 2,000, let's say just 2002. Divided by, 2002. Divided by 4, I forget how much you had cash just now. 486. Oh, yeah, could I buy 4? Could I buy both 4? Buy. I'm going to lie to you.
People
I don't know how others be. I don't know how others be shopping here, you know. I don't want they believe in God.
They're gonna hurt it. It can't be they don't believe there's a God, because you can't be doing them kind of things and believe that there's a higher power watching you. I don't understand, Jade. They overdo it.
By points to Azim, and they don't even hide it.
And the thing is, if you want to protect local businesses, what you do is you give concessions to the local businesses. You don't try and punish the general population, because the truth is, a lot of the things that we need and use on a regular basis aren't produced or sold locally to begin with. But then they fall into the same tax structure that basically slap us in the face every time we go up the port. Like, it's ridiculous. Like,
every time I get a bill to clear something.
I already talked on the show about the fact that they need to stop calling the thing VAT. It is not VAT. VAT has an actual meaning, you know.
Not the one that we use.
What is the VAT added just because it's there? Just because it's there, like, it come in the port, okay, well, VAT. What is the VAT added? Is the economy say it must be in the water, so all of a sudden, like,
must be in the water.
I don't understand. But then you charge me the VAT on the tax that you impose. So you impose fees, you get $6.
What's big tax?
Port charge, right? Then duty on you, which for most things somewhere between 30 and 50 and 60%, right? With your cost of the thing, your freight, they charge you on the freight, right? Just remember that, yeah. The freight, and then tell you 17%. It's like, wait, the only value that was added is because of the tax that you add. So you get, like, how you charging me the tax on the tax?
As if you know how I know this is ridiculous.
How you taxing the tax? Like, this literally goes against international taxing.
We're an international friend.
Oh, we're international. Okay. I don't know. Tire talk. No, but but they ain't gonna do it because what? They're making money.
Of course.
They're making money. So steady and suffer. You done charging us VAT on everything. You even charging us VAT on tax.
VAT on tax.
Oh my God. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. Morning, caller. We lost the caller.
As you know, when I figure out that this is utterly ridiculous, 1 December, right? When they had what was it? What did they take off in December? VAT and duty?
The duty, they'll have a duty reduction.
Okay. I ordered some clothes, right? The clothes were charged. The charge was $810 for clothes.
You opening a store now? You didn't tell me about the boutique.
Well, friend, I didn't need it. I said, no, man, something wrong. How y'all query it? They said that they charge me as a
retailer.
Yes, a retailer. I said, sir, you realize all of these is size 10? That means it's one person wearing them, man.
You are size 10 store.
How would that make sense to you? You see all of these in one size that you walk out. There's gotta be a store.
But then this is carnival time. People buying clothes for the season. So some people literally change their wardrobe for carnival time.
Well, hold on, friend. So I query it because I may pay that.
Yeah, you query it, yeah.
You know how much the actual charge was after I query it?
What else?
$100 something dollars.
Just stop playing. Good morning, Carla. You're live on LNT. Talk to us.
Well, I ask them good morning.
Morning.
I always try to argue that because when I order something and I bring it in the country, it becomes an issue. But you know what? The time it takes to argue it and so on, it's very, mind taxing. And at the end of the day, you things could stay at the dock and you could end up with warehouse rent and all kind of thing. So you know what? You just pay it because it is really illegal, to tax.
Yes, it's illegal.
When you're doing a customs document, that document, you cannot include foreign tax in the CIS value. It is FOB.
Right.
On board, insurance, and when you put that together to come to your CIS value, you cannot include a foreign tax. But here, at the end of the day, when you finish, you put 17% at the bottom, and you multiply it by the whole pollute, and that's what they charge you on. Could you imagine you bring in a car? The environment levy is $5,000, and they still force you to pay 17% on that $5,000.
And the $5,000.
Which is wrong. Why?
How?
Why? And at the end of the day, nobody is willing to stand up and say, it is wrong, it is illegal, and we should not do it this way. And they force it on you every time. Why? It's wrong. And nobody is willing to stand up and say, don't do it, stop it. No matter who you go to, even your representative, they're just going to say, why? It's, and they give you a kind of funny laugh because you see, they don't bear the pressure that you bear.
Mm-hmm.
So they're telling you, you must go and pay it. Injustice, illegality, and what is wrong yesterday is wrong today, and what is wrong today will be wrong tomorrow. And nobody is willing to stand up to fix it. And I not only feel your pain, but I know it. I know it because I felt it. So have a good day. Thank you for the education and to be reforming us. But we lie down for everything. We are very submissive. We are like a submissive woman who takes abuse from any man, a man who takes abuse from a woman. I don't know why we do that, but I think we like it. Have a good day.
Have a good day, sir. Yeah, that's another thing that I don't think a lot of people know.
Wait, hold on. Man about it just pay party. Can I query in?
Yeah, but the query based on the fact that there was a policy in place to not do the thing. You can't query. You're not gonna query every time you import something. You don't query. You ain't querying every time.
Not every time.
But what I'm saying is, what they put in place as this is what it should be. That itself is ridiculous. That is the problem.
As them don't even talk about if you got a business, right? Let's say you have a business and the business knows that the port knows that sometimes you order stuff for your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go and order something for yourself personally.
Yeah, they want you.
They charge you as if it's for your business. How they just deciding what is for what?
But not only that, Jade. My thing is, how that go? Because when I say how that go, I mean, there's different rates for retailers. Because, and that's the thing, that's why I have an issue with the comment that was made by one of the persons on the live, right? This idea that they do things to no, you know who they protect? No, you know who they protect? You know who they protect? They protect the big companies. Mm-hmm. The 5 or 6 big companies, that's who they're protecting. Because if I have a business, especially if I have a business where I'm expected to compete internationally, how could I compete internationally? I can't import the same level of equipment. I can't import the same raw material like anybody, like my competitors. You see what I'm saying? How you expected to compete? How could you compete?
And then they're telling you, oh yeah, just be a little entrepreneur, open a little business and sustain yourself. How when I can't afford my goods?
You, for instance, right? I am involved in industry where my competitors, the world is my competitor, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm competing against the store down the road. No. The world is my competitor. So when I need certain equipment to go on tour, whether it is a computer, whether it is cabling, recorders, all it. When I need to import all them things there, how am I gonna if I am supposed to compete with the studios overseas and expect to give out a certain level of product, but when I go to the port I got to pay this lot of money, and then they're gonna tell you, oh well, you could apply for this and apply for that. Watch your one, that's a whole other issue again, because there's no guarantee that you're gonna get it, right? Then not only that, sometimes you don't get it, and they tell you, well, you could possibly kind of wait, and when they go to cabinet again, they'll discuss it and think. Who knows when that they're gonna get discussed?
Government.
Months upon months upon months upon months. You're waiting to see. You can't run a business like that. So you know what people do? They just pay the money. What you think? Let me ask you a question. What you think? Half of these things that we're doing around here, we got to fly in people to come do them. We got music fest. Years we flying in. You can't. How the people here gonna compete with sound systems in Trinidad and St. Martin? We can't build to that point.
We can't even import it.
How? Explain to me how.
System here?
How you could?
Somebody said, tell us go green, and they think them expensive too. The paper containers, and they don't give off. They don't take off nothing for them, but the ones go green. Listen. All the governments
want to do is tax you as a way to earn revenue, instead of doing things to spark to spark the economy, or to direct you in behaviors that they want you to get involved in. They just tax you for the money. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the environmental tax. They ain't about not to do in the environment. It actually makes it worse. You can't punish people into the behavior you want them to see. You have to incentivize it. You can't come tell me you're concerned about the environment, so what you're going to do is to charge me more money for bringing an older vehicle. It don't matter what you decide to charge me. I have a limited budget. So the more money you charge me, the older vehicle I can get and be able to afford. You're just making it worse.
Yeah, man.
You're just making it worse.
I mean, how they feel like they're going to just tax us out of these problems. But
oh, wait. I'm looking like you're calling now. Good morning, caller. You're on the line?
I think we lost that one.
Sorry, caller. Feel free to call back. But yeah, like, you can't just tax people. Sometimes you got to spark the economy in different ways. I tell people, it's the same thing we were talking about with the airlines. You go, you check the breakdown of the ticket. Literally, 48% is tax. You know what people gonna do? Sit down home.
Man, how I want me fly.
Sit down home.
Man, how I want me fly, I can't afford it. How I gonna fly, sir?
So you know what people do here? You know, this is why you know what? This is what happened, Jade. All you're going to do is you're going to encourage a black market. People will smuggle. People will cheat. People will do all kind of other things to get around the things that you impose, because they realize it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I feel like they're not ridiculous, though.
They know. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Yeah, good morning, man.
Morning.
Yeah, you know, man, y'all discussing some, simple things, man. They need changing, but it just seems like nothing's gonna get changed, man. Nothing's been getting changed. Like, you hear what that last caller said? But me, I can talk from experience, man. One of my partners in the village there in Nevis, he got me to order a tiny half an ounce of oil for him, right? And this was something that was legally sold on Amazon. Sent it down to Nevis for him. He gets to the port, they take away the man oil from him. Just a half an ounce. If you see how tiny that bottle was, you won't believe it. I'm saying to myself, whether that was an illegal product or what a half an ounce of it can do to anybody. You know what I'm saying? The port, the arrangement there at the ports is ridiculous. I sent a card out there from St. Martin. I had to pay this environmental tax, $5,000, and much more taxes on top of that. So it's very discouraging for you to do business with St. Kitts and Nevis.
Kill it.
Now, I've migrated from Nevis for so long, and all the years I'm over here in the United States, bro, I can't even get to do no business with none of my friends or family back in the island. Because I would send something to Nevis and Tropical. It gets there 7 to 10 days from New Jersey, right? The shipping expenses is so cheap, bro. Sending something to Nevis Tropical is cheaper than sending something through the mail. So that was the way. I found the way where I could send the stuff to Nevis and Tropical, and it gets there quickly. It's inexpensive, but then when it gets there, is all hell's break loose. So it's nothing we can do, bro. There's no changes happening in the islands. You know, I've been hearing about these changes and trying to get things done since I was a little boy. I'm 53 right now, and still things are still the same there, bro. I don't see how these changes are going to come to benefit the poor people. You know, the government is deadlocked. No changes is happening in the parliament. So where you think the change is going to happen? Across the whole federation, if there's no changes happening in parliament, where the change is supposed to happen to benefit the people, where else is going to happen that? So there's nothing happening, bro. There's no changes coming at all. We're gonna be crying for change 53 years from now. But I just waiting and watching, man, to see what this election is going to bring and see where and who is going to make these changes to benefit the people, man. But I wish the people still the best, man.
All right, man.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, appreciate it. Jade, one of the things is, before all this thing break loose with the unity and bam, bam, bam and all of that, yeah, right? I hear several people saying, whoever take the VAT off, are the imports they win. Not now on all kind of other things people talking about now.
I don't focus on the important issues. Why we got to pay all this money to customs to get small items? And not only that, as one time I ordered a spice grinder. Spice. Said it on the packet. Said it on the order. A spice grinder. Why customs gonna confiscate my grinder? And they didn't even tell me nothing.
How can a moment is doing? Jade, people order hemp oil, they confiscate it. Hemp oil. Hemp oil. Hemp lotion and all kind of thing. Like, why are you thinking it? People smoking a lotion? It's not even cannabis.
It's hemp.
It's not even cannabis.
How you gonna decide what I do with my grinder?
But Jade, even if I order a bang, it's glass. Give me my thing.
Like, what kind of nonsense y'all be up there doing and expect people to just be like, yeah, it's fine.
Bye. And the thing about it for me is that with so many other things, right? The question then becomes, well, who do you go to? Like, who do I go to? Who do I talk to? Like, what is the process? What is the process by which the system just continually protects itself? And then you know what happens? Let me explain to people who might not understand how this goes. You see, when people start losing trust in institutions, when people see that there's not accountability amongst the heads of these places when nonsense obviously going on, you know what people do? People just move aside and circumvent them. It ain't that things that stop, you know. People just circumvent this situation.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
People just circumvent it to see. So
y'all ain't want that way. But y'all ain't helping us. Y'all prefer us to do the things that y'all trying to.
You see what I'm there saying? Try to talk about that there. Yeah.
What, camera pants? Oh.
No, not that, you know. But the situation where they could confiscate my camouflage pants. As a matter of fact, you got people who just fly in from overseas, come here wearing the pants, they take them, they make them go in the bathroom and turn it on the wrong side. You ain't even ain't even that you're taking with the pants, you just tell them, okay, well, you can't, okay, turn it on the wrong side and you could continue. It's like, where is the sense? Where's the sense? A place that's supposed to be concerned with tourism and all these kind of things here, right? Visitors coming in, you know how much time I travel, and when I talk to persons outside and tell them if I'm saying it's, the first thing they tell me is, oh, wait, that time they make me turn my pants on the wrong side. Because y'all don't allow camouflage pants. What kind of craziness is that? But then, on the flip side, we don't manufacture guns here, but everywhere you turn, you see gun.
Vibes.
But my camouflage is the problem.
Yeah. And the thing is,
I'm talking about snow camouflage. Snow camouflage. Yeah.
Wait, that's not on here, friend.
Oh.
You forget the summertime?
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
But I don't even understand.
I tell you, somebody who was here when you, and then the thing is, right, the people.
The army uniform ain't even officially camouflage.
When you ask the people who imposing these rules to explain them, they can't explain them, you know, because they don't aim at the sense.
They just tell you that is the law. That's to tell you.
No, explain why that is the law. I'm asking you if it's the law. I know it's the law. Explain why it is the law. Explain why this makes sense to you.
We just adopt wholemeal these jokey laws from the colonizers, and then we just go, well, that's what it is. Everybody lazy and nobody got a political will to change what they need to change. Good morning, caller, live on Island T. What's up?
Vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good tone.
Yeah, man.
Oh, boy.
Let me stop.
I don't know.
The barrel thing apparently still an issue. Listen.
The barrel thing still going
and
on?
they want us bringing barrels. They want us, they're taking off duty. What are they talking about? The barrel, them duty?
They take duty off of some food items.
They're coming in barrels, man.
They're coming in barrels.
I want to send barrel down here for them to thief anything them.
You put a case of 24 macaroni.
I get told.
You get told the 24. What really going on in St. Right?
Oh, my mothers. You send them a pack of 6. You buy something in a 6-pack, you get 3. So that's not how the packs work. You can't just take them out because you feel like, oh, I want this more than this person. And then you're telling us, well, no, you today what happened? You know, we ain't gonna control over that. Well, so who's supposed to control it if it ain't you?
Again, there must be a level of trust. There must be a level of trust when you're dealing with these institutions, or people will circumvent the institutions.
Jackie, that's the problem, and I think that's what he's saying. I think the reason...
Yeah, I think she's agreeing.
CBD products, anyone knows?
I have, but I know people who have had it confiscated. I mean, when they went and talked to them about it, they ended up getting it back. But
he could tell them what I want. He up there monitoring them now?
No, but that is the problem. I don't want to hear about I tell them this. Change the law, set the policy. These things, like, you know, that's a big pet peeve for me, Jay. These things where it's just like, well, I say and check me or send me a letter and I can. No. Please. I don't fix it. That's one of the things too, you know. That's one of the things that has happened. Sometimes people go, they make noise. A politician, prime minister, whoever decide. Oh, okay then. Well, I can tell them such and such and such. Well, election come and we boot you out. You know what, people? the policy gone to you. You know why? Because it was never a policy.
No.
It was never a policy.
You and them always gone to the door. Easy so.
When you see the problems, just fix the problems, man. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
The Prime Minister mentioned that issue, I think, in one of his press conferences. I think he was saying that he had really leveled it to the controller of customs that this practice must be stopped.
We don't want that.
The people must be there when the goods are examined. So I think that issue have been addressed up to a certain level. I'm not sure if it have gone into practice.
You're talking about the barrel situation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the hemp also. If you want to get hemp, you can buy it at Rams. So you might not need to have to tangle with the customs. But it's kind of expensive. You have some natural one and so on. So you have some organic and premium and so on. So you could actually get those at Rams supermarket. The other thing I give you a quick laughter. A job that is not supervised is a job that is not done at all, not done properly. Yesterday I was in the circus and I stepped out of my car and a lady tried to drive through Liverpool Road, and I get out of the car and I flag her down and I say, sorry, look at the 2 signs on the sign that says no entry, and she put her hand to her mouth and she said, wow, I didn't notice that, thank you very much. And she back up and she turned around and she said, before she did that, she said, how do I get on the bay front? I said, go around the clock and go back to the traffic stoplight and direct yourself. When you get the green, you can turn right and go. Proceed to the bay front, which you wanted to go. A few minutes after, the traffic cop came across. Let me tell you something. The next time you obstruct me doing my duty, you will be arrested. I'll arrest you. And I said, for what? because I tell somebody to avoid them from going a wrong way, because people are accustomed to drive Liverpool Road to go west.
Right.
He was as mad and threatened to take over my freedom by coming up to my face and telling me she will arrest me next time she's being obstructed. I did not see the officer anywhere. She was not in place. She wasn't speaking to anyone. And to come and tell me, to threaten me with arrest, because I direct a fellow trafficker from going to a wrong direction and point the sign, which she did not recognize, because she didn't for me every kind of direction. So a job that is not supervised, you'll always have people who think that they could use the power and the authority that they have to abuse others, not knowing that the job that they have is only short-lived. And eventually they will be back to civilian again from whence they came. Have a good day.
All right. You know what that interaction reminds me of? A question that I had and I need clarified. Some of these, and I'm speaking in this particular case about positions where the persons involved could be classified as law enforcement. When you have those positions where they are given the authority to collect money from the public, right? So we're talking customs, we're talking traffic police, etc. Do these people receive some type of commission, bonus,
stipend,
gift of thanks, a little token of appreciation,
a card, something
that is anywhere linked or tied to the amount of money that they collect?
It just feels in it.
Because that's the only thing that could make sense how they see some of these people behaving. That's the only way it could make sense to me. Some of the things that
somebody said, I don't want. Oh, what a joke! What a joke, boy.
Because I am convinced that the way that some people go out of their way to ticket, to charge, all of these things, people, they go out of their way to make sure that money must come out your pocket. It got to be that some of the money that coming out of yours going into theirs. It has to be. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. That's the only thing that makes sense. The way I see some people seem to almost get off and get a high from taking money out your pocket. You see people like and again, nobody's saying that tickets can't be used as a way to try to deter certain behaviors and stuff like that. But it always seems as though, one, the use of discretion goes out the window for some people. Once it comes to boom, boom, boom. And then the even bigger issue is that it seems as though there is this deliberate attack. Let's say not attack, but it's a deliberate move by these people to go after the low-hanging fruit. The low-hanging fruit, the things that really and truly, for instance, if you're driving in town, bear in mind we're in town, so the speed limit is 20 miles an hour, and barely anybody does go past 20 because of the congestion, which has been admitted by the same exact. Right? When you okay, so the same exact people who impose the ticket. Yes, I saw it, and because of who it is. But anyway, but so you said there's congestion. Now you have a 14-year-old boy, let's say, a 14-year-old boy who is athletic, who may have hit puberty a bit early, probably you ain't a beard by now, sitting in the back seat of his parents' car. And unbeknownst to the parent, remove the seatbelt. Now I think the law states that they're up until 15, children in the back seat have to wear a seatbelt. Which I think the law should really be more based on size and weight. But hey, that is the law. Now, you happen to know this family because they're from the village and you know, oh well, the son in third farm or whatever, and you see him without the seatbelt. You go over, you stop them. Don't even bear in mind, the boy in the back seat bigger than the person getting the ticket. But you still drop the ticket on the partner. You still drop the ticket on the father because, well, he ain't 15. Now, should the child be in the back seat without the thing? No. Okay, that's the law. Comply with the law. But, and a listener, actually, we had this discussion earlier, and he spoke about something that I said some time ago on the show. And that is, a lot of the times, the law wasn't just written just so we have laws. Right? There's something that is called the spirit of the law. Right? So the law was put in place to avoid certain behaviors and certain things. It ain't just like this black and white thing.
That we just do this because we could.
And so a lot of times what I recognize is that persons seem to ignore the spirit of the law and just decide that they're going to just take advantage of people because of some non-compliance. And it's like, and like I tell you, Jade literally, yes, the boy is 14. The boy bigger than you. There's some 10-year-olds bigger than me.
But you know.
But I sit in the back seat without a seat belt, and the 14-year-old boy can't sit in the seat without this big.
Well, not only that, a simple, sir, your child should not be driving around
Give them the
without a
warning.
seat.
Give them the warning.
What happened to that?
Give them the warning.
Have him put on his seatbelt, please. The next time, if this is an occurrence, we'll have to ticket you. Simple.
Jade, and this was 2-3 months later, all of a sudden it's okay now. Like, it just don't make sense.
A lot of these things don't make sense. You know, there's police out here, right? Abusing their powers, tying you up in court and saying they never come into the court case, you know.
Oh, well, that's another thing, though.
You bring me to court. You got me here spending all this money, losing all kind of opportunities and, chances that I could have gotten. And you don't even have the audacity to come.
The decency to come.
To this court case that you got me in? How? How you under sleep at night time?
Jade, because they expect you to just, that's what I'm telling you, it has to be, somebody please tell me. And just like how we all said the Prime Minister tell them stop take the camera, but it was nothing in writing. I want to know if there's something that is...
Tell him that. Tell him stop.
Stop thief the thing?
Stop search the barrel them without the people in present.
Again, put it in policy. Put it in policy. But just like how we have these things that are going around and ain't really policy, but this is kind of like what we just do and thing. Somebody let me know if the people just get a gift, an award, a stipend, a token of appreciation, compensation, a percentage, a cut, any way you want to phrase it when they what you call it?
Do nonsense?
When they give out these tickets and take money out of people's pocket. I don't tell me if you're incentivizing them taking money out of people's pockets. That's what I want to know.
So we can understand.
Is there an award for the person who collected the most money in tickets at the end of the year? And the reason we're asking this is just because you just feel like it.
Yeah.
And don't tell me we don't have no policy. I want to know if it's done in any other way, given by any other name. Because that's the only thing. No, see what happened is J2D is saying usually adults have to wear seatbelts too. Not in the back seat. Not here. Not in the back seat. My point is you'll have a child who bigger than the person who literally gave them the ticket. It's ridiculous.
I just don't understand how y'all having all this election talk and y'all ain't talking about these real issues, you know? Y'all talking about what who do to me.
Distractions again.
Hey, bro, we got
Distractions again.
pressing issues that y'all need to be talking about. And before elections, y'all hear about them. During elections, y'all hear about them. Y'all still get elected and do the same nonsense. How this working out? How this work? I right here.
Because when it comes to anything where the government receives money, by hard for them to decide to do. I keep saying, instead of trying to tax, before you decide to come drop another tax on me, please to go work on the efficiency in the public service. Please to go figure out where all the wastage is. Instead of just going, why you expect the government to run? Well, me expect you to tax me to waste the money neither.
So you're taking it from before. If you go waste it, just leave it with me.
Everybody knows, and this isn't a Sinkits thing. Everybody is quite aware of the inefficiency of government. Right? I do believe, though, that we have a system here that because of that, right, is almost like it's its own pandemic in the public service. Oh boy. Anyway, they get their names got. But yeah, it's interesting, Jade. It's interesting how, and this is the point I made last week. I said I'm hoping that as we go through this campaign season, the campaigns don't decide to just focus on the person. And I'm gonna say a lot of this feels like personal differences.
You two, I literally had this conversation with somebody yesterday. They stopped me because they said they love the show, and we was talking about some politics, and that's the same conclusion I came to.
A lot of this seems like personal differences. A lot of it.
Ask them. Y'all want the electorate to go to the polls and do all these things. What have y'all told us for us to feel like, okay, there's a pressing issue at hand and we need to fix it by removing or re-electing or shifting people around when we vote for them? Up to now, me everything.
Jade, a lot of the conversation and the platforms and the meetings and all of this has to do with the personal issues and the way that people behave at the highest.
And they was behaving so before they get it. Y'all know they behaving so long time, you know.
But my thing is this.
But it don't serve y'all purpose anymore. So now we got to suffer.
But then
people got to stand up in the line in the sun now and struggle because y'all can't figure out y'all stuff as grown adults.
But my thing is this, Jade. So when you're done, say that, you know, right, and talk about that for weeks on end until we eventually have the election. What is it that I am supposed to hold you accountable for? That you now play nice?
Yeah.
Because we haven't really spoken about any of the other things. So what am I supposed to expect from you? Since you talk about behavior for the last 2-3 months, behavior, so now that we elect new people and they go in, or old people and they go in, so I'm supposed to just be looking at you now to just play nice?
Yeah.
Because that's what we talk about for the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I need to know what your plans are. I need to know what you see as the most pressing issues in the country. I need to know what your plans are to deal with those pressing issues. I want to know what the direction for the country is for the next 5 years. And so I know, hey, this is what we're looking for going forward. But if all we do is talk about personal differences, behavior, who I can't trust, who can play together nicely, who lie to us, then what you're saying is when we do elect whoever it is that goes in, all we really could expect from them is to hopefully don't do the things that they argue about on the platform.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm fed up with the story time, to be honest. I'm fed up with the story time. I'm totally sorry. I'm totally fed up with the story time.
I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to fix the problems in the country, you know? The problems that we had for the last couple of years that they keep telling us that they're going to fix. Every time they come on the platform, then we're going to fix it. Well, fix it then, no?
Jade, we have a call on the line. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning. I think it's a mistake to think that this is just about personalities and personal differences.
It's not just about that,
Because-
but I do believe that seems to be a big part. Perhaps it's an issue with the messaging, but I'm not saying that all they're talking about is personal issues, but it does seem to be a big part of where we at personal differences.
Well, but I think those, what you are observing, are symptoms of larger problems. Because certainly things like how resources are shared in the country, both intra-country and between the islands.
Carlo, the reason I
Yes.
keep interjecting is because somehow I feel as though you may have been mistaken by my utterance in that it seems as though a big part of why we're here is personal differences, to mean that I believe that it's just personal differences. I don't want that to be the takeaway.
Okay, fine. But you do realize that there are larger problems, larger issues at stake.
Yeah, the ones
A lot
we're
of
talking
the
about are like for like 2-3 months now, yeah.
Like constitutional issues, like the good governance agenda, those things, yes? Right? Yesterday on the show, for instance, and I agreed with you that we should separate the propaganda from the facts. But yet, when someone called in and tried to bring some facts, it sounded as if, well, he basically said nobody want to hear that, right? That sounded contradictory, right? You can't say on one hand too much propaganda, and then when someone brings actual facts and figures, they're dismissed. Okay, but back to this current problem, right? If these are not fixed, 20 years down the road, we're going to be back to square one, right? And how do you, if all the politicians come in and say they're going to fix them and then don't, how do you respond to that? In my estimation, you respond if somebody promises you something and it is not delivered, then you get rid of them and get another set in. If they don't deliver, then you do the same thing again. That's the. I mean, how else would things change? I said I'm open to any suggestion as to how things can change. But we keep rehashing the same issues over and over again because those with the power to change things are not doing so, right? And so, again, I throw out the challenge. We should change and keep changing the players until we get the change we need. Somebody come up with a better idea, I'm all for it. But until then, I think that's the only alternative we have. We can't just keep recycling old things just like this. Okay, it makes no sense. Okay then.
All right, Carla, appreciate it. Let's take this other caller, Jade. Good morning, Carla. You're live on LNT. What's up? Oh, Tone guy, you come back?
Tone guy.
Oh boy, but yeah, I mean, I feel like Jade, it is just a situation where a lot of anxiety exists, and I spoke as to why I think the anxiety exists. I think one, I think I don't think there's a clear-cut direction as to how this election is going to go. When I talk to people, everybody got a different idea. I think that does give a sense of anxiety, right? And also I believe that we're at a place now where it seems as though most people, this isn't where we wanted to be at this particular time.
Mm-mm.
And so that also just adds to the whole anxiety and feeling of this thing. It almost feels as though we got here pretty quickly. I think it was February that was...
What do you mean it feels like?
Yeah, pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. Not only after the last election, but after it became public that, there were issues. Good morning, caller, live on LNT. What's up?
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, don't want to belabor your point before, right? But you taxation for this thing here. Look, you order a cologne, right? And they tell you have to pay. The cologne costs $10, $15 US. They tell you to ship it when they used to do the mailbox, they tell you have to pay $10 US for hazardous material. And then put at that, you have to pay the cost to ship it down, and there's the customs and duty when it comes in. So that's a lot of taxes. So people can't afford to buy a cologne to make it smell nice. That will show you the taxes are really, really, really too high.
Yeah.
And even for the $10 extra, I don't even see that on the bill when it comes, which means that goes straight in the pocket of the custom broker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, when you're traveling, right, they just charge you to carry your cologne in the bag. They don't charge you for that. So how they charge you for hazardous material now? Say it's hazardous material when you could charge and they pay it free. Don't make no sense.
But the thing for me is you give them the $10, right? And they actually don't do anything else. So it's like it's not any less hazardous for the $10.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't make no sense. Anyway, alright.
Alright, man, appreciate it.
And how do you feel about your new rep? Possible rep.
Oh, the new possible rep?
For the PAM party.
Well, I actually just waiting to hear what's going on. So you want to talk about that?
I mean, yeah.
Let's jump into it.
Yeah, because we cuss all morning and time money down on it.
It's tea time.
Yes. So, yesterday's press conference from the People's Action Movement unveiled the new rep, or possible rep, for
Candidate, the new candidate.
Yes, the new candidate for constituency number 8. He is the former chairman of PAM, Mr. Chesley Hamilton.
Wait a minute.
That's it.
Why they keep putting Lawyer in front of his name like Lawyer is his first name? Yeah.
But that's what they do to all of them. Look at the billboards for Natasha.
Yes.
Natasha
I'd be like, the first name is Lawyer?
Yeah. So the only non-lawyer in PAM is who?
No,
Sean?
the leader. The leader is not a lawyer.
A bunch of lawyers.
There's a lot of lawyers, yeah.
A lot of lawyers. Interesting.
Yeah, but I think that it's good that the People's Action Movement have finally announced who the candidate is for constituency number 8.
Yeah.
As someone who votes in constituency number 8, of course I need to know who the options are. It was looking kind of tight. Bear in mind, and then this was why I asked friend of the show, JP2, about it when he was here. I was like, but it seems as though you guys were one of the driving forces in getting us to where we at. But here we are, election is inevitable, and there's 4 seats where we don't know who running for the same party.
Well, there's supposed to be another announcement today, so I guess.
Yeah. And
I mean, they kind of accidentally. Let me do it. You know?
But the thing is, I think that strategically they need to get the candidates out there. Mm-hmm. They need to, of course, because people need to know, okay, why you're coming with who, why should I vote for you? You make the.
That's important.
And one of the things I keep telling people is like, they say, we need new people. I'd be like, you don't realize like half this late for Pam grabbing you. Like, and half this late.
Saying you because just they've been there already.
No, but he as a candidate?
Bro, I literally saw a picture.
Maybe
he ran again. He ran in number 7 twice.
Okay. Oh, yeah. But my thing is like, new people.
Fresh faces.
Well, I don't know about fresh faces, but new people. But, so that is number 8 announced. I think they're supposed to announce?
Number 3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Tonight?
That's what I said. Yesterday.
People's Action Movement have a meeting in Molineux tonight.
They said yesterday that they're announcing the candidate for number 3 today at Oje gas station.
Oh, so they're doing that early, and then the announcement yesterday was early too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But let's continue on to some other.
Bring the rest. We want 6, and who else missing? 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
6 and 7 missing for People's Action Movement. PLP, waiting on you. See, Labour here sometime, yeah. Labour out the gates. Labour say, what? Something happening over there.
Yeah, and they know because remember they tried to bring a monk already, you know.
Yeah.
So they saw it.
Well, I mean, when Dr. Drew was here, he did speak to it. He said, "I watch what happened in Barbados, What's happening in Tiga? You say, "Bye, we ain't gonna get you." Hey, as we just say, learn from the losses of others. Learn from the losses of others. You were saying, no, Jade?
Yes. There was something else, another leak. You know, we love a good leak here.
Tell us about the leak.
Yeah, let me just get my phone together because it's in very small font because it wasn't meant for us. So this comes from the Cabinet Secretariat, and it's for Mr. Joseph Liebert. Do you know who that is?
Who is that, Jade?
Oh, well. No, let me read the other one first. I think the other one should come first. Okay, I guess not. So this one was from Sir Weymouth Tapley Seaton, the Governor General, to Joseph Liebert Esquire. Says, greetings.
I could just put Esquire in my name.
May know.
Okay.
May know how that thing go.
Don't tell me that my name. I could just add that there.
You could try it and see.
Okay.
Yeah. So it says, greeting. Whereas by instrument dated the 15th day of November 2017, you, Joseph Liebert, were appointed as a member of the Electoral Commission by the Governor General on the advice of the Prime Minister in accordance with Section 33(1)(b). As whereas Section 33(3)(c) of the Constitution of St. Christopher and Nevis provides for the revocation of the appointment of a member of the Electoral Commission by the Governor General acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister. Now, therefore, I, Samuel Weymouth Tapley Seaton,
Why did you say that again?
Knights, Grand Cross of the Most Distinguished Order of Saint Michael and St. George, Commander of Royal Victorian Order, Queen's Counsel, Justice of the Peace, Doctor of Laws.
See, I can't do this, Jade. I can't do this. Because if that letter was sent to me, I'd just send back a reply and be like, where is it?
Wait.
Why is more Justice of the Peace?
None. Doctor of Laws, Governor General of the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis, acting on the advice of the Prime Minister, do hereby revoke your appointment as a member of the Electoral Commission for St. Christopher and Nevis under the provisions of Section 33 with effect from the 12th day of May. They couldn't just say he fired.
90% of the letter is
Go on,
titles.
just say he fired.
90%
Sir,
of the
you are fired.
90% of the letters, they'll be titles.
This
and
man
formality.
sound like a wizard. I'm gonna let you.
Jade, if I had, like Jade, that's why I don't know if they could make me these kind of things, you know.
Justice of the
Ca-
Peace,
I would-
Doctor of Laws. So back to the original letter that I was reading. Yes, it says, Dear Mr. Liebert, I wish on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister and by the extension, the Federation, to sincerely thank you for your service as a member of the Electoral Commission. When I contacted you concerning the revocation of your instrument, your gracious acknowledgement and understanding for the reasons I preferred, in fact, solidified in my mind your character, your sense of devotion and love of country. Enclosed is your revocation document, and I take this opportunity to wish you every success in your future endeavors.
That's my kind of letter now.
That is any man for you?
Kind of my thing. Actually, I can't put me in a position here, Jade. I'll have so much fun with these letters. I'll be like, yeah, man, big up yourself, keep the kids. See you down the riverside, you know what I mean? Yeah. Baby, don't cry. Keep your head up. Protect your neck.
How much people get fired so far?
A lot of firings going on. I hope I ain't in this.
Bye. We don't work for government. We should be good.
Oh, is only government firing people? It didn't seem that way. You're vax now?
Bye.
So really and truly, they ain't give back the people them they work for the vaccination thing yet? Seriously?
As in, there are people working there who fully vaxxed and working for less money than the contract stated originally.
So all kind of wild things just happening.
And everybody just like, yeah, well, you know. So you go.
So nobody really gonna come out and be like, okay, might have been a bit of an overreaction to fire people for not being vaxxed? Nobody gonna say that?
Might have.
Nobody gonna come out and say that.
Might have.
Nobody can come out and say we perhaps were working on the information that was available at the time, but in hindsight, we may have misstepped. Nobody can say that.
No.
Okay.
You're gonna wait long for that. You shall wait long for that, friend. All we can see is firings.
I just want to take this opportunity to really give my appreciation to the people of the Federation, and recognize that we are a people who do not turn to measures such as arson in situations like this. I just really want to big up the people of St. Kitts Nevis. Thank you for being so understanding and peaceful. I can tell you some of the things that I see in some of these other countries by.
But
we loud, but we're not
aggressive.
I tell you, we're passively aggressive, you know. Or aggressively passive. We're aggressively passive, that's what we are.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, what kind with you, girl? You know? What kind with you? What's so important?
I was just chatting with the guest. That should be up next. Let's try to squeeze in one more thing, because
yeah, I know. I know. I saw it. I was like, me ain't even got to tell Jade about this. It will be in the list.
You do know me, friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lies.com. Oh boy. So Jade, what's happening in the world?
Monkeypox.
Oh wow. It's back?
Yeah, boy.
Monkeypox back. Wow. You want to tell me they just don't have a government agency somewhere that just be having fun like with this thing?
I let me read a little into it.
Hey, so what we releasing this week, guys?
Monkeypox.
So, hey, let's go back to a classic. Let's go back to a classic, man. This is like
throwback.
This is like a reissue.
Yeah, man. Bigger, better edition.
Remastered.
Remix. Okay. 2 more cases identified in England, of course, amid fears of community transmission. 2 more monkeypox cases have been detected in England, health officials have said. It brings the total number of confirmed cases in the country since May 6 to 9. One of the latest viral infections was identified in London, while the others was in Southeast. The 2 new cases have no travel links to a country where monkeypox is endemic, so it is possible they were infected through community transmission, said the UK Health Security Agency. The latest ones do not have known links with the previous confirmed cases announced on 7th, 14th, and 16th May. The agency said the virus does not usually spread easily between people and the risk to the UK population remains low. Recent cases are prominently in gay, bisexual, or men who have sex with men, MSM. The virus spreads through close contact, and the agency is advising individuals, particularly those who are gay, bisexual, or MSM, to be alert to any unusual rashes or lesions on any part of their body, especially their genitalia, and to contact a sexual health service if they are concerned. Monkeypox has not previously been described as a sexually transmitted infection, though it can be passed on by direct contact during sex. It can also be passed on through other close contacts with a person who has monkeypox, or contact with clothing or linens used by a person who has monkeypox. Early signs. Initial symptoms include fever, headache, muscle aches, backache, swollen lymph nodes, chills, and exhaustion. A rash can develop, often beginning on the face, then spreading to other parts of the body, including genitals. The rash changes and goes to different stages and can look like chickenpox or syphilis before finally forming a scab, which later falls off. Great.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, for those of you asking monkeypox is a thing.
Yeah, man.
Monkeypox is a thing, and it's back. It was here before. And that's one of the things that I always find interesting about these types of pandemics and these diseases. They come up hot, it almost seems as though the world can come to an end, and then in about 2-3 months you ain't hear about it again. You got to really give it up for COVID with the staying power. COVID been here.
Round of applause.
Yeah, COVID
Evolving.
COVID been here for a while, bye. But
Steadfast.
you hear? Watch it. Whatever happened to anthrax? Remember that powder was going on in people
mail?
In people mail and stuff. Like people just stop making anthrax.
I don't know if they stop making it, but I feel like they stop saying it.
People just like what going on with the bowl and so. I go by the health center. Remember Zika had come up big.
I was going to say Zika.
Zika. The Zika vibe.
I was going to say, was Zika got to do with this?
To me, the mosquito them still around. Nobody talking about Zika. Everybody get pregnant. They feel it. They try to come up with a cone head. Jade, it does really make you question. These are the things that make people question and have all these conspiracies about these things. You know?
Conspiracies.
Yeah, because people started to wonder like, well, how this thing work? How this thing work?
Well, I can answer that. Friend.
You come back.
I just say walk at nothing else.
You had bird flu, cow flu, all kind of flu. Now you're going into the pox. Now you got monkey pox. You got chicken pox. It's like almost.
Somebody hell bent on ending the world, eh?
I
Suppose it's just the aliens sprinkling things now and again.
It ain't even the aliens.
You think so?
It ain't the aliens.
No, it's humans, man.
It's humans.
It's definitely humans.
Anyway.
Because one thing humans going to do
Apparently
is play with something they're supposed to play with.
Well, I'm just glad that we got the good monkeys then. Because if monkeypox was a thing around here, the
we
amount
got
of
the good monkeys.
we got the good monkeys because the amount of monkeys that here. If you had the monkeypox here, we got it. Jade, your monkey just walk and wake me up every morning, just come knock on the window like, hey, me, it's 6 o'clock.
You got a monkey for an alarm? Vibes.
The monkey does just come down on the landing and say, hey, morning, what's going on with you?
At least the monkey working.
It is what it is, man. We really gonna have to. Oh, you see, somebody saying there are conspiracy realities, not just theories. See?
Yeah, they ain't theories, man. They ain't theories, all.
That's a good question, Gawain. The true usefulness of mosquitoes. That's above my pay grade. I really
and
don't.
roaches.
I believe roaches just here to take over the world when we go here.
Yeah, because them is the only thing that could survive an apocalypse, apparently. So that brand.
Watch, there's a lot of because certain things I don't like, Jade, but most of them I could deal with. Rats, does mice and so them thing that does get to me.
Not only that, if a cockroach start to fly, I will pass out.
Okay, I could deal with roaches, but
the flying ones, friend.
I could deal with all of them.
Nah.
But I do not like mice at all.
You know, people keep mice.
That is why I don't like them because you got to go kill them and all kind of things.
No, some of them is pets.
People keep them as pet to feed to the pet snake.
No, some people keep them as pets because they love them.
Jade, I ain't judging. I'm not judging.
No, if
you have a mice as a pet, or you have mice as a pet, or a mouse as a pet, or whatever. And then rats is another thing. Oh my God, Jade!
Let's take a break here. You're stressing out yourself.
I need a moment.
You're catching the next go here, right? Yes,
guys, we're gonna take a short break and be right back with more Island Tea right here on With Media SKN. Stay locked, stay tuned. We have some interesting conversation for you up next.
Nabisco Oreo cookies, $19.99. Tropicana Berry Punch, $7.99. Briar's Premium Ice Cream, $22.99. IGA or Essential Everyday Frozen Waffles, $8.99. Essential Everyday Fries, $10.99. Essential Everyday Dry Roasted Peanuts, just $10.99. And now our very low weekly
value deals. Special K cereal, $13.99. Extra liquid detergent, $12.99. Lay's stack chips, $5.99. Palmolive dish liquid, $9.99. Lady Speed stick deodorant, $9.99. All Orchard apple cocktails, $7.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Ahora en español.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Pump it up with Quicks. One pump and you're pumping. Dishes done, you're smiling. Pump it up with Quicks. Keep pumping. Pump it up some more. Pump it up. Grease is gone for sure. Pump it up. All your dishes fixed. Pump it up. Pump it up with Quicks. I don't want a dirty sink. Keep pumping up with Quicks now. Clean that sink. Pump it up some more. Pump it up. Grease is gone for sure. Pump it up. All your dishes fixed. Pump it up. Pump it up with Quicks. Pump it up. Rams is for you and me. Giving back to community. Rams is for you and me. Better for your family. Better service, better price, better value, better choice. Rewarding you for loyalty. Rams is for you and me. Better price and quality.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. Jade, we've been having an interesting conversation and therefore.
We did.
But we're going to switch gears for a little bit because we have in studio with us three lovely ladies from a community-based organization called Women Empowering Girls. Good morning, ladies. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're fine, thank you.
Awesome. Well, just from the name alone, I want to believe I already have a sense of what the group is all about. But before we even jump into you guys telling us about who you are and what is it that you guys are into, could you please introduce yourselves to the listeners and the viewers?
Good morning. I am Kristen Hendrickson, Youth Officer.
Kristen, come in here all nice and pop up. Hey. Good morning, Kristen.
Morning, Azem.
Good morning. My name is Angelina Gracie Sukubob. I'm an attorney at law and human rights activist.
All right.
And good morning again because I'm always here, right? I'm Dr. Clark, Joel Clark, and I'm
Many things.
So that's it.
You're many hats.
Don't know me again.
Well, ladies, again, appreciate you guys taking the time to come and hang out with us right here on Island Tea. Very interested in what you guys are into. And like I mentioned before, the name of your group is Women Empowering Girls. Could you tell us a bit about what is it that you guys do, and maybe even talk a bit about, what kind of prompted the development of a group like this?
Well, the group started after I was invited to Washington Archibald High School to make a presentation for some second form girls there. And for that presentation, to be honest, I was asked, and I really didn't know what I want to present to them. And I went to church on Sunday, and something that the pastor said initiated me to ask, 70 women in St. Kitts to write an affirmation, something that you would want to tell your younger self, so that in this presentation I could pass on this affirmation to these second farmers who I would be presenting to the following day. And so we basically started there. I asked Dr. Clark for affirmation, and Dr. Clark in turn asked Angie for an affirmation. And so I think Angie overthinked it a little bit, and so we ended up here. Angie had an idea to marry the affirmation with a speed dating process, and so this is where we end up here.
Okay.
Yeah, our group, we definitely believe in the importance of spoken and written words and the power that it can have on someone. And so for a very long time, at least 2 years, I wanted to use the speed dating concept as a way to bring mentors with younger girls. So in a particular profession, for example, I meet young ladies all the time who want to be lawyers, and they have this belief that, you know, it's very difficult to be a lawyer. It takes a lot of reading, or you have to do history and you have to do literature. And so I usually have to debunk a lot of myths about being an attorney, because it's actually one of the coolest professions out there. And so it's something that I always wanted to do. And as someone who's been privileged to have mentors in my life, I thought it was something that we should do. So when Kristen had this beautiful idea of written affirmation and letters from women in corporate St. Kitts to the students at Washington Archibald, it really reminded me of this dream, this thought that I had. And so every year, Dr. Clark and I, for the last 2 years, we partner for whether it's domestic violence awareness or Women Empowerment Month at the Keon High School to do something. And after Kristen's project, I was I was really inspired. So, you know, during one of my thinking moments,
4 a.m.
I sent Dr. Clark a message. This is what we should do, because she was actually saying to me, you know, this year we really need to go big on what we're doing with the girls at Keon High School. So I messaged her and I was like, let's do a mentorship program in the form of speed dating, where you match mentors with students and let them have like 7 to 10 minutes with each other.
Speed
and
mentoring.
whatever. So it's speed mentoring. And, you know, Dr. Clark and Kristen, they took both ideas and they fused it really, really well. And so on the 7th of March at the Keon High School, we were able to launch the project. You know, we had the idea, we had the purpose, we had the people to do it, but we didn't necessarily have the purse to fund it. And so Dr. Clark will tell you why we always give acknowledgement to the Keon High School for launching our pilot project.
Right. We have right now at Keon High School our principal, Miss Andrea James, who is our biggest supporter. She believed in the vision that Kristen, Angelina, and myself brought to her, and the school, the fifth form administration at Keon High School was just like, yes. And she said, yes, go ahead. And we decided to partner the CHS Environmental Club, the female students from that club, with the mentorship program. And they gave us tremendous support and allowed us to use the resources at the school with the teachers, the students, the funds to do the first project on International Women's Day. And here we are, because naturally once schools see how hype and how significant the sessions are at Keon High School, you can't stop them from wanting to do another session. And that's where we went to. Kristen will tell you about Sadler's High School and then afterwards. But I think it's important that we establish here that it's bottom up. The students say what they want. The students tell us who they want to meet, what their interests are, from legal stuff, environment, creatives, fashion, management, science, social media, and we craft a program around the requests for the students. Because we've created for this group a vision. Our vision is essentially to create a safe space where women, and I want to read it properly because it's important, to create a safe space where girls can share their fears, their challenges, and insecurities with women who have been through similar experiences and have similar feelings. This safe space allows mentors and mentees to bond, co-develop strategies for surmounting challenges, and most importantly, create pathways for empowerment and living better lives. And that's what we are doing with our empowerment speed dating series in the various institutions. I think it's also important to mention that after we did the first session, Ministry of Education reached out and was like, go ahead, do it. I had a conversation with P.S. Hodge and he was like, this is significant, do it. I had a conversation with the CEO. He's like, yes, go ahead and do it. And the principals are really generally just waiting for us to fund more sessions to come to their institutions.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that, persons in these positions really see the importance and recognize the impact of what you guys are doing. But I'm listening to you and I'm so very curious as to what these sessions actually look like. Like, what is it that these girls really experience when they participate in one of these sessions?
Oh, we have pictures. So basically, it's set up like an event. You have a small table where two persons can sit, and you in one row there are four tables set in one set, and that would be, for example, table 1 will contain 4 tables, and we have 4 mentors whom we've now adopted the word womentors will sit at the table, and they're going to be stationary. And then the 4 mentees who we've now adopted as teenagers, they will sit in that space, and then by round robin they will circulate after 7 minutes. We'll play some music, like a little bit of musical chairs, so we play some empower music, and the young ladies have to get up very quickly and go to their next mentor, and have that session. So it's private enough that you can have conversations that are sensitive, and we've had women crying, we've had young girls crying, we've had both of them crying together, we've had them hugging each other, we've had mentors praying with their mentees.
Mr. Speaker, the ministry also endeavour to complete other initiatives by the end of 2022
from their profession,
to mitigate
but we also wanted
against
to match
NCDs.
women from the community.
These include the reactivation
So, for example,
of the
in
NCD
Sadler's, we
Commission,
had this really
an
amazing
entity
moment
that
where
will provide
a particular young
oversight
lady
of the
was matched
prevention
with someone
and
from her
management of
community.
NCDs in the
And
Federation,
the young lady was
the
facing a
implementation
crossroad
of the
that
sugar-sweetened
particular
beverage
womentor
policy,
went through
which
at
have been
that
reviewed
age.
by PAHO,
And she was able
and the
to
implementation.
impact, well, this is an alternative that you have. You don't have to give up on your dreams now because you don't have the finances. I was in this position and this is what I did, and now look where I am. I'm at top management in one of the biggest companies in St. Kitts. And that, of course, led to, tremendous emotional tears and so forth. But that's what we envision, because we want the young girls to see.
Mr. Speaker, the ministry
there's
also
this myth
endeavour
that when you
to
see these
complete
successful
other
women and they're
initiatives
driving their
by
fancy
the end
cars
of
and living in their houses, that it
2022
must
to
be because
mitigate
either they came
against
from money or they're
NCDs.
very lucky or
These
whatever.
include the
They don't realize that
reactivation of
sometimes
the
these women
NCD
have the
Commission,
same story
an
that they are currently
entity
going
that
through.
will provide
And so we're really
oversight
trying
of
to
the
give these young
prevention
ladies
and
the
management
shortest
of NCDs in
roadmap
the
to success in whatever field that they want. And so the sessions are, literally when you enter the room, you can feel the power in there, because we have women at the top of finance, top of banking, top of entertainment, top of event planning, top of fashion, persons in creating their own soaps, persons who have franchise salons, persons who, from the largest companies in St. Kitts to their own small business. So we had, like Sister Sensi was there, and she had this one particular young lady that was not in her group, but this young lady kept calling in on Freedom growing up, answering questions and winning prizes during Sister Sensi's show. She always wanted to meet her, but never got that opportunity. So she said to Kristen, please, I know I'm not supposed to meet with her, but can I please get that opportunity? And out of that opportunity, the young lady, she wanted to launch a business in hairstyling. And Sister Sensia literally made that happen. The next day, Sister Sensia had a flyer done for the young lady, and she started advertising her business. So in that session, it's so powerful that we don't just have important words spoken in terms of affirmations. Persons have gotten internships, persons have gotten their business set up from that. And most importantly, the women themselves have been empowered.
Right. I'm pretty sure that it is the benefits go both ways, I'm sure, based on the interactions that you guys are describing. So you could imagine it's a very powerful thing. Jade?
Most definitely. In one of the sessions when usually you would have the woman who was appearing first. And in one of the sessions, I'd ask the persons who come to the session, the person that myself, Joy, and other people would recommend, and other people have seen it and asked to be a part of it. And you have this thing that has been happening where when you come to the session, women, all of them, we ask them, all of them professional, what's not, and they come in the room and they're like, why am I here with Dr. Clark? Who am I to Dr. Clark? And at the end of the session, they would realize, well, I deserve to be here. I had something to impart on somebody, no matter who is in the room. Because women have to know that they have to take up the space that belongs to them.
And we all have something to offer.
Exactly.
Nobody's experiences are the same, so.
How do women who want to be women mentors?
Yes.
How do they join this initiative?
Well, usually we would reach out to them. We have a list, to be honest, of persons who, for the next session, I think we're going ahead of ourselves. So just let me backtrack a little bit to Sadler's High School. So at Sadler's, Keon was the first, and we thought we were really done, and we give ourselves praises for what happened at Keon. And then Sadler's High come calling, and we had the initiative at Sadler's High School that the persons in this session must be from the community. They must be women towards who the girls see each and every day, maybe in passing, in going to the health center, and going to the clinic. So in that session, we had women all from, some were out of the communities because person in the community who would ask, they probably didn't have the time or weren't able to leave work or anything like that. And so we had a little bit of persons outside of the community. Again, when we went to
the chamber,
the chamber selected those women. And so when we partner with people, with companies and stuff like that, they would have the opportunity to invite the women that they have. But what we are working on is a link to send to women to say, if you want to be a part of, this is how you could reach us. We don't have it at this present moment because we're trying to finalize things, but as soon as we have it, the public will have it.
Awesome.
And we just literally set up our email address because, as Kristen said, the demand for our group and our project is so high that we did not even get a chance to properly settle down and formalize the arrangement. And of course, we all have full-time jobs and full-time extracurricular activities as well. But our email address is wegskn@gmail.com.
Could you repeat that?
wegskn@gmail.com.
All right, awesome.
Can I add just one more component of what happens at the session? Because we introduced this at the chamber session where we partnered with Naima Hazel, who is now fully on board. And we at every session, we bring women with us.
So before you even continue, so how many of these initiatives have happened? Because three. Okay, so there's the chamber, Keon and Sadler's. Oh, awesome.
So chamber was with the college. So
right,
the college.
Also the college. Okay, gotcha.
So for each session, we bring someone. So we brought the PR person from CHS who does the social media posts and the videos and everything. And then we went to Sadler's. We brought on the designer Muse, Escolencia Levine, because they created some wonderful branded cups. And we're like, okay, you're going to come with us. Then at CFBC, we brought in Naima to do an empowerment speech on imposter syndrome. Angelina can speak a little bit more about that. And that was so meaningful to the women because, as Kristen said, when we tell people our motto is, I am enough. You are enough as a woman, you're enough as a girl. Even when they step into that space and they don't believe it, after that empowerment talk and they realize that we all have a little imposter syndrome in us and we are still enough. That works. So Naima, who is also the president of CWIL, Caribbean Women in Leadership, is on board fully. So she's moving with us. So that's something I needed to say. You and the gift sharing. So I want Angelina to speak about the gift sharing and the books.
Oh, yes, definitely. So imposter syndrome, there are two things that are really close to my heart. Well, amongst other things that relates to women and girls. Imposter syndrome, and what that is it's something that affects women more so than men, where women doubt themselves so much, and it actually prohibits them a lot of times from taking up positions that they are actually qualified for. And that kind of explains why you don't have a lot of women in things like elected politics. You have a lot of female lawyers, for example, but most of us flock to like family law, which is a little bit more safe, so you hardly see us in spaces like complex litigation or criminal law and that sort of thing, because more often than not we always question ourselves. We never really ask for promotion because we don't really believe that we deserve it. We get a job and we accept the first pay offering, while a man who may not be qualified, he's going to take that job and then figure it out later on. But a woman's always thinking about, why am I here? And it really was playing out in our sessions where a woman would literally come up and be like, I question why you chose me for the event. Because some of the things that we also do, we want to make sure we have women that are in non-traditional spaces, like spaces that are dominated by men, like architecture, surveying, construction, technology, engineering. And we also wanted to make sure that we always have women that may not have gone to like college and have a degree, but do have successful businesses. And a lot of times they will ask like, what am I doing in this space with, the head of the cable and the head of Republic Bank and the head of Ram's group of companies and the head of this and the head of that? And we're like, because you have something so valuable to offer, because you can let young girls know, even if you make a misstep in life, even if you were, you had a teenage pregnancy, you can still achieve your goal. Or even if you don't have a formal education, you can still be successful. So that was important for us. And then with the books, we decided that Kristen's affirmation, which happens at each session, women would write handwritten letters to their young ladies, usually based on something that moved them during that session. Books are amazing, and next to having a live mentor, the best way to learn about life is through books. Mm-hmm. And so for our last session, because every session we evolve, we get better. So our last session, we were like, let's introduce a book that's no more than 300 pages that a young lady can really take with her. And so we use books that would address things that teenage girls transitioning into young women would go through. So, for example, some of the girls got Becoming by Michelle Obama. Mm-hmm. And when you read her book, you'd realize that she's actually going through imposter syndrome, where she keeps becoming Michelle Obama, mm-hmm. because at each stage she questioned, should I be in this space? As a black girl, should I be at Harvard? As a black woman, should I be entering into this particular field, managing this particular charitable organization, and etc.? So we thought that was an important book. We also had Who Moved My Cheese, which, it shows you the importance of how do you deal with change and transitions in life and so forth. We also had a book called Brotopia, which is showing girls that you can enter the technological space and really make a name for yourself, because it's not just for boys. And so Atomic Habits, well, my favorite right now, Atomic Habits, which tells you that you don't rise to the level of your goal, you fall based on the systems that you have in place. Because everybody, for example, has a desire, even in a football team, to win a match. But what makes it different is the systems in place for that particular football team on how they're going to score their goals and etc. So we also gave them those books so that they can take it with them. It's light reading, but the message is really important and really heavy. And in the cover of the book, that's where the mentors would write to the young ladies whatever their message was.
We also had a critical exercise. Well, Kristen could talk more about it, the vision board exercise that we do as a group.
Yeah.
So many elements to this 2-hour session.
That's what I'm hearing.
And then the fashion element.
Oh, yes.
So at each event, there is an element where we create a vision board. And so the girls who did not get to be a part of the session, because the session we only usually choose 25 or 24 girls. Mm-hmm. And so we still have that affirmation being written and left at the school for the girls around the school who didn't get to be a part of the session could see it and know this is what went on in the session, and they could be a part of something that they weren't really a part of. Right. So that vision board is created by the women of the session and left with the school.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So it's not limited to just the persons who might have been physically present.
But everybody gets to benefit.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And of course our color is purple. That's the color that was chosen for Women's International Month 2020, and it's a color that is usually associated with women's issues, including domestic violence. So that's why we've adopted the color purple, or different shades of purple rather, and we usually get a t-shirt, a purple colored t-shirt for the young ladies, which they will wear on that day. And then our women tours, we ask them to come in shades of purple or white if they don't have. And,
And fashionably.
We didn't have to add fashionable, but, the
say,
women have been taking it to a level that, it's difficult for me to do my introduction part because I'm busy looking at their shoes.
And girls connect with it. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's about embracing who we are as young women and girls, and fashion connects people. And a lot of the mentors did say, I had these very deep moments with the mentees, but it's also important that they recognize that they can grow up and be beautiful. They are beautiful, because we have issues of,
body positivity.
And they connect and they say, you are so beautiful, and I don't believe that I'm beautiful. And that's something to connect with, even with the fashion. So we embrace everything about being a woman.
Yeah, and Kristen will tell you, women are, telling her, make sure and give me because I need to
get my
I need to order my purple outfit. I need to whatever. And even the young ladies will say oh, don't take a picture of my shoes because I don't have good shoes now. And I'd be like, well, isn't that the best motivation to succeed? So then you can buy whatever type of shoes. It may sound shallow, but the reality is, if that's what gets you motivated, then, that's what we use. So it's just been growing. And then we have a little cocktail networking session after. We have photographers. We do this beautiful little reel video in slow motion with the woman entering that powerful space, which we send out. Social media is always blowing up with pictures afterwards. And the young ladies, they connect with each other. And so Kristen will tell you about a beautiful story between one of our women tours and Queenagers from Sadler's on a follow-up that was done after that session.
So in that session, we had one young lady who wanted to be a welder. Never seen it happen before. She saw it on TV and she just wanted to be a welder. So in that session, we had our woman tour, Mrs. Sahira Joseph, who made the connection, find somebody who into welding, and that young lady was able to go and participate in that session where she now gets hands-on experience how to do it. This is, if she really into it, this is what she wants to do. And I think she goes every Saturday with this person to train and learn her craft, the thing that she's interested in. We also have, because we didn't intend for the sessions to go beyond Keyon High School, we have women now building relationships. I have had messages where people ask, can I reach out? I don't want to step beyond your boundary. I don't want to step beyond the school's boundary. I don't want to step beyond the parents' boundary. So they're asking if they could, have a further relationship, how they should go about doing it. And that is something, it is happening, but that is something that we have to directly work out and crave the path for it to happen properly with the proper channels and stuff like that. We wanted to, like I said, all the other schools were calling, so I know Washi wanted to have the session and Virtuous High School wanted to have the session, but because we are only doing fifth formers for the time being, we ran into a problem where we were taking up the space that they are using to prepare for the CXC examination. And so we are on a pause for that right now.
All right. Well, it seems as though, the vision was there, and I think it has grown even more elaborate than you guys might have imagined. And I'm happy to see that you guys are getting the support from persons in the community, persons in some of these positions that really now allowing you to take this thing to even higher level than you guys imagine. Jay, do you have anything you want to say before we wrap up?
I just want to congratulate you guys on this initiative because I feel like it's very important, especially for young women. I remember being a young woman who needed some guidance, and I would have been happy to have been a part of any of these sessions.
You'll be in the next one, I'm sure.
Well, thank you. But yes, I would just like to thank you guys for taking your time, because I'm pretty sure all of y'all are very busy women. But for y'all to be able to pull this off for these girls who probably need it, just hats off to you guys.
Thank you.
I think the last thing I want to say before we wrap up is the importance of partnership and networking.
For sure.
Because we invited, let's say, Waveney from Park Hyatt to the first session, and tomorrow CHS, the school principal who allowed us to come to the school and support us, we're now having a session tomorrow with Park Hyatt to discuss how they could support our empowerment program, but they want to work with boys. And we are open because empowerment, the space is for everybody. We're going to partner with the ministries that are willing, Department of Gender, everybody who is willing, because it's about ensuring every young girl has that opportunity to be who she should be.
Well, thank you guys so much, because
thank you for having us.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, the fact that this is something that is obviously growing, and we could look forward to seeing a continuation of the ideas, I think is something that I'm very excited about. And looking forward to hear even more about what you guys are doing and will do. I mean, it's just really impressive, and I just want to say thank you, like Jade said, to you guys for executing this. And to all the people who are now partnering with you guys, thanks to you guys as well. I'm really looking forward to what's next on the agenda for you ladies.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Jade.
Yeah, we gotta
leave.
skedaddle.
We gotta go. We gotta disembark. Well, that is all for today, guys. It has been a wonderful day. I have gotten a lot off my chest. I feel light.
Oh, you do, friend. Sometimes you just need a good vent session.
Yeah, need to release.
And
Thursdays.
that's what Thursdays are for.
Yeah, Thursdays we come in here, we release, we feel light, we go out into the world happy and smiling. Happy and smiling, and ready to face the world.
And all its challenges today.
Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. We want to thank the ladies from the Women Empowering Girls Initiative. I want to thank all the people who called in, all the people who are on the live, keeping the thing jiggy.
Getting things off their chest.
Oh man, y'all have made this thing so much fun. I must admit, so much fun. And we continue to learn every day we come in here. And guys, whether it is you checked us on YouTube, Facebook, Win Media SKN, tune in any of the other digital platforms, big ups to you. If you're listening on your radio, 98.9 on your FM dial,
all the people who are driving around with Island Tea playing loudly this morning.
Actually, the busman them don't put on Island Tea.
I wasn't even referring to the busman them.
Are you talking about them though? Busman them, y'all need to leave on Island Tea, early morning.
Educate the masses.
People coming into work. I mean, what better than some tea on the bus? I think everybody want to hear skilly bang.
So early in the morning.
So early in the morning. Nobody want to hear skilly bang so early in the morning. We want some tea. What spirits?
Yeah, man.
But guys, it has been a really fun day. And again, it is not finished, because today on Win FM, what do we have, Jade?
Yes, today we have the usual only good news this evening. But before that, the afternoons have to be blessed with music.
What time is only good news?
Only good news is 7.
7.
Yes,
nice.
7 to 8. And
big up in Noita one time.
Yes, big up in Noita all the time. Before that, we have some music by the one, DJ Flames, from 3 p.m. until... And then, after only good news, we have some Spanish music.
Oh, something for the Latinx.
Yes, some Latin twist with DJ Don Jerry. So just stick and stay to Win FM as usual. Don't change your dial. Tomorrow we'll be back with Cross Caribbean Link Up. We're heading over to Antigua first thing in the morning. So guys, don't miss that one. It'll be an awesome show as usual.
Indeed. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us again. Hoping everybody has a wonderful and productive day. Stay safe, deal with people with love, manners, and respect, guys. Yeah, please. I don't want y'all disrespect Jade. Jade can jump on her throat, yeah. She done tell her, She done tell her, But guys, we have to leave, we have to go, we have to disembark. And of course, remember to learn from your losses and the losses of others. Yes, indeed. You don't have to make the same mistakes everyone else does. So that's a big misconception, you know. You ain't got to make the mistake yourself. Yeah?
I do still do it anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully they're listening.
Hopefully
they're listening. Guys, please remember to spend more time living your content than posting it. Let us sink in for a minute. And of course, by now you should know, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. We're going to see you guys tomorrow.
It's about that time. It's 2022, and the return of the St. Kitts Music Festival will be the best one yet.
Yo, what's up? This is Wale.
This is Popcorn.
It's your girl Keisha Cole.
Mastica there.
That's Jack.
Ruckus H.E.
Sean Party Girls are overall.
And they will be joining Bungie and Fayang, Nadia Batson, voice, lyrical,